All right, let's switch gears to the Reds, where Hunter Greene is being evaluated for elbow stiffness after he struggled in a spring training start on Saturday when he allowed 4 earned runs on 5 hits in 1 inning and threw 37 pitches. Greene says the issue dates back to late last season, and he's aware of some bone spurs. He was recommended for an injection and had a normal offseason, but tells the Reds beat that the discomfort has crept back up recently, and he's going to get it looked at. Skinny, let's go back to our 1 through 10 game. How concerning is this as a Reds fan?
I'd say a 9.
Yeah.
Because if it dates back to last year, and I think he was talking about dated back to September-ish. I mean, remember how – now he had a couple of great starts, if you remember, in September down the stretch. But then he also had that start in Los Angeles in the postseason that was a disaster. And you just shook it off as, okay, they had his number that day. He wasn't great that day. Maybe it was because he wasn't 100% that day. So it's weird. So my boss and I, and he does probably more than I do, but we trade off kind of writing the Reds recaps from spring training games. The AP doesn't do that anymore, so he's done far more than I have. But I told him I'll do it. He was out on Saturday. I said, I'll do the one today. And so when I saw Hunter's line, I scrambled to see, oh gosh, is he hurt? What happened? You know, sometimes you do spring training, right?
Yeah.
It sounded like the next day Andrew Abbott was working on off-speed stuff. And when he occasionally fooled people, he was great. And when he wasn't, they were knocking him around. That happens in spring training games. So I saw a clip, actually, as the game was going on, a reporter caught up with Hunter. It looked like maybe in the parking lot is what it looked like. And he just talked about, I was trying to fill the zone today. You know, I feel fine health-wise. And that's literally what I was looking for, to see if did something happen physically with him? Is there something wrong? And he said no. And so I just shook it off as, yeah, it's just a spring training. But then a few days later, he wakes up and he's got this. And it's just – and I don't want to go in that camp of, well, this is why they should trade him. But it's something every year with this dude at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, 2024, he has the month off due to the elbow swelling. And then last year, he had the groin injury that kept him out for multiple months. I mean, his career high for starts in a season is 26.
26, yes. Yeah. His career after innings in a season is 150 and a third.
I don't want to get rid of him at all, but when you say this is a 9 in concern level, I would agree. Like, he has a background of injuries, and also the fact that this was going on at the end of last season.
Right.
And it's not any better now. In fact, it's going to cause him to miss time to start this season. He's like, oh, don't worry. If we make a playoff push, I'll be available.
Oh, great.
That's the last thing I want to hear on March 5th, bud.
Correct. So I'm going to see you sometime mid-August? Is it that bad?
Right. I mean, he's just like setting you up for like, oh, yeah, this might need surgery and I'm going to be back in months from now. I don't know if that's the case or not, but it felt not great the way it came out. And I know they're going to do everything they can to dampen that reaction and be like, oh, no, he's fine. I don't know how anyone could feel that way.
No, the only thing that makes me feel good is I just think the upside for Chase Burns is enormous. I'm a huge Rhett Lauder fan. I think now you don't have to make that choice, and I'm excited to see what these two guys can do. Are they Hunter Greene? No, because Hunter Greene does, when he's healthy, have a proven track record of being one of the better starting pitchers in baseball. But it's not like all of a sudden I'm going, Christ, they got to start Lionel Richardson in the 5 spot. No, I'm starting a legit prospect, a legit guy I drafted in the first round who's got legit stuff. And so that at least softens the blow a little bit.
I agree with that. We talked about how they would need, people were worried about like them not having enough spots for the starters. And like, they're going to need them. They're going to need them. We always have to deal with injuries in the starting rotation. But what do you think Greene being out for an extended time does for this team's upside in terms of overall win-loss record? Like, do you think it's the difference between them potentially making the playoffs or not?
I don't, only because you haven't had like a series of him making 34 start seasons and him being a difference. You've had him here about half the time or maybe 2/3 of the time. Last year he made what? I think it's 19 starts, if I'm not mistaken, he made last year. I think I'm right on that. So you had him for 19 starts last year and still did enough to make the playoffs.
19, yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, do I think he's a different – I do, but do I think a Rhett Lauder or a Chase Burns can fill that vacuum potentially? I absolutely do.
Matt McLain hit 2 3-run home runs Monday through spring play. He's 8 for 14 with 3 homers and 9 RBIs. He's also drawn 3 walks, posting a 571, 647, 1.286 slash line. I don't even know if that's how you read that.
That's how you read that. It's insane. So his a good OPS, like an all-star caliber OPS players in the high 700s, maybe low 800s, and elite guys like a 900. His OPS at the moment is like 1.9 actually would be technically 1,980 or something. It's off the chart. It's obviously a totally small sample size. But I think the one number to look at, I mean, he struck out a lot last year in spring. I think 17 times in 55 plate appearances. And that probably should have been the first red flag. Now, he does strike out. Everybody strikes out nowadays. He struck out once in 14 plate appearances this spring. I mean, actually, take it back, 17 plate appearances this spring. It shows you that obviously he's making more contact, and that contact is really going somewhere. I hate to go over the skis on spring training. I do. But it sure beats the alternative of going, oh, crap, Matt McLain just looks like the 2025 Matt McLain again. No, this looks like the 2023 version that got better over time.
Yeah, and this is a guy you've been really high on since he got here. And obviously he had the down year last year, but the fan base is reacting to this spring training result as like it's a huge deal. I agree with your point of like, hey, let's wait and see. I mean, spring training results this early, especially a very limited sample size, don't mean much. But for a guy that went through the season he did last year, much rather see this than the alternative.
Yeah, and I didn't see the home runs Monday, either the highlights, but from what I understand, I think one of them was to right field or right center. Like he took an up and away pitch instead of rolling over on it like he did a lot last year. He muscled that the other way. That's a good sign. I mean, I know the first game of spring, I was listening to it that he played. All three at bats, he hit the ball to the right side, 2 for hits. Like he's making a conscious decision to try to take some stuff the other way, and it sounds like the results are coming.
The Reds also traded for Pirates reliever Kyle Nicholas in exchange for utility man Tyler Callahan. The 27-year-old Nicholas has thrown 98 big league innings with a 4.68 ERA. Just a depth guy here that maybe has a little upside?
Just a guy. That's all Tyler Callahan was just a guy. So, I mean, you traded just a guy for just a guy. You can never have enough depth. I don't know what the plans were for Tyler Callahan, if he was going back to AAA. And if he was, and you got a potential big league, at least depth piece arm, then good for you. You pulled off a good one.